I'm gonna take you with me to place a wire order on Rio Grande for my wire wrapping stuff. So when you first come to the website, it might prompt you to sign up for an account. This is one of my favorite websites ever. They're like a wholesale precious metal supply website. I use the sterling silver square gauge wire for a lot of the base pieces in my pendants, rings, and my accent stuff. The reason you want to use round against square is because if you wrap round on a square wire, you'll have tension, so it'll stay and it won't like run in circles. If you use a round on another round wire, it's just gonna spin in place. You won't have any tension in the wire, so it's just gonna be like a really annoying in pain, and I've done it before and I promise it's not worth it. Just use square. And this pendant I have here, a lot of the stuff in here is that square wire. You can see it right here. This one's square. That's what I use a lot of the square wire for, is some base stuff. Everything underneath these ones here is square wire. My frames are square wire. So I will also be getting some probably 18 and 16 gauge square wire for some frames. And then everything I put on top of that frame is going to be a smaller gauge and softer hardness. Then we're going to make our way to the silver, just regular round wire. I'm going to get dead soft. 28 gauge I like the best. It's pretty thin. It's not as thin as 30 gauge. 30 gauge is too thin. I think that people tend to break it a little bit more. So me personally, I like to wrap with 28, and sometimes I'll do 26 for bigger rings, like men's rings, because it's on a larger scale. There's more room for it, and overall it just has a little bit more heft in it. So I will get some 28 and 26 gauge round. And then some of my favorite wire ever is half round wire. Just like the name, it's half round. A lot of the parts in my pendant also, this here is half round, this big guy is half round. Some of these other small ones in here are half round. A lot of my accenting wires are half round. Round for a lot of stuff. I'll order a few different sizes of that half round just so I can use it for quite a few different things. Normally I will get some 20 gauge half round for my rings. I'm probably gonna get some 20, maybe some 18 and some 16 and use them all for some different things. I'll probably get 13 as well, just because I like some to be a little bit bigger in my accent, to accent my big wire wraps. And I do love some sterling silver low dome wire. This one's really cool. It's kind of like a half round, but it's just a little bit lower profile, which is why it's called low dome, but you're still gonna have a little bit of that same effect of the half round, but just for, I think it's a little bit cheaper because you don't have as much weight. See, this one in the front is a little bit thinner than this one in the back, so you're gonna save a little bit of money and get a little bit of a different shape and look. Also, the hardness of wire just depends on what you like when you use it and you start practicing with it. I used half hard on everything for a really long time, and I did not understand why my wires wouldn't sit like fully flush against each other, and it's because I was using half hard. So the dead soft is a lot easier to move and work with. This one, a lot of the wires in here are dead soft. You can see everything like lays flat against itself in here, and some of my other pendants, it kind of has a lot more spring to it, so if you push it, it won't stay, it's gonna spring back at you. So that's kind of, I would say, a good analogy for like what happens with the half hard and the dead soft are for. For the rings that I make, I do like them with half hard because I like them to be a little bit stiffer than the fully soft, but only really for rings. There's like very specific things that I'll use them for. That's a good explanation for what the dead soft and the half hard are actually for. I mentioned the majority of the wire that I order for my rings and my pendants, my wire wrap pendants. I do have a YouTube video as well that talks a lot more about the wire and what I use it for and all kinds of other crazy stuff. You can find it the link is in my bio for my YouTube. It's just Youth Jewelry if you want to see any of the videos that I have on there.
Hopefully that helped.